Talk about the decision to start him with Kasim Hill there right behind him.
Right. I mean, you know, obviously last year he had one start, he had some playing time, but you know, he was a true freshman. That's a tough spot for anyone to be in, let alone at quarterback. And so I think what everyone has to understand is the work he's put in through the off season and where he's at right now. I mean, he's a totally different player, as most guys would be after, you know, playing as a true freshman. He's only here for a month and trying to learn the quarterback position, and then you know, he kind of got thrown in the fire when Perry got hurt last year. So he's had a great offseason. He's doing really well. Obviously, I mean, I think, you know, people know he can run and be effective as a runner, but I really believe that, you know, he can help us and open up our passing game. He throws the ball really well. He's now understanding our offense better, where to go with the ball, you know, how to make decisions and communicate, and so he's done a great job. He's earned the job throughout spring ball and training camp, and you know, as you guys mentioned, Kasim's the number 2 guy right now, which is you know, again, a credit to him as a true freshman where he's at. I think, I mean, the sky's the limit for him and his future. He's a great football player, and I think, you know, we're excited about him and what he can do, but I think Pig is the best chance to win right now.
Specifically with him, I saw a quote, and you can talk about this, that he felt like as a freshman when he had to pass, and he said that he's confident in his passing ability, he felt like it was a panic mode, that everything was moving so fast he wasn't able to set his feet. Has he changed some things mechanically where he just looks more comfortable?
Yeah, he has. He's cleaned things up mechanically, and you know, as the old saying goes, but there is truth to it. You know, the more experience, the more you play, the game kind of slows down, and that's happened for him a little bit. You know, I mean, he has a better understanding of where his eyes need to be, which is so critical, especially playing that position. I mean, he's always, from day one, if you just watch him go out and play catch and throw, the guy's a strong arm. He's got a live arm. He can make all the. But playing quarterback is a lot more than just that, and that's what he's done and worked on and really improved through the offseason of, okay, here's on the right place.
Are you excited about the skilled guys? You got 2 really good backs, Ty Johnson, Lorenzo Harrison. By the way, a lot of DeMatha kids on the roster, which we love. And then of course you got some receiving, DJ Moore, and you get Turner. You got some really good skill guys. You feel good about that, you know, that depth going into this game against Texas.
I do. I mean that's one of the best parts probably that doesn't get mentioned enough, because there's so much focus and talk about the quarterback position. I really like all the guys around him, and that helps the quarterback. I think we have some legitimate weapons at both running back and receiver, and I think we have a really solid offensive line in front of them, and that's probably more than anything contributes to what I believe is going to be great success for him at quarterback.
Mm-hmm. How do you get up for this game? I mean, obviously, anytime you play Texas home opener, they're going to be fired up. But, you know, it's not the same Texas team maybe in their heyday, but they're still freaking Texas. You know what I mean? You're going to have your hands full for sure. You know, we had a couple tough games last year against some big powerhouses like Michigan and Ohio State. I mean, do you sense any self-doubt? Do you have to get the guys fired up, or does that just kind of take care of itself?
I think, you know, although there are obviously some similar faces and people from last year was last year. I think we're a totally different team. I just think our guys are much more confident in what they're doing and where they're at. If you look at our team, we looked much different just physically after having a full year in our off-season program with our strength staff, and then also, I mean, you know, we were playing 17 true freshmen last year. Those guys, and we looked that way at times. You know, I mean, there was some very bright spots, but just, you know, being honest about it, there were some times that's what we looked like, and so I think we're a much different team, and you know, we understand it's a big challenge and a great opportunity going out and playing at Texas. They have some, you know, a roster full of talented guys, but I mean, I like where our guys are at. I think their mindset is right, and I think they understand, you know, just what we're trying to accomplish on all 3 phases of the game so much better than we did last year.
Coach, you know, Eric mentioned that it's Texas, so you know they're going to have athletes. And Charlie Strong, you know, struggled there. They didn't have a winning record when he was there in 3 years. And now there's a different coach. There's Tom Herman, who's an offensive guy, and he was at Houston, he was at Ohio State, and, you know, he had running quarterbacks. I guess my question is, what's the most difficult part of facing a team that you know has athletes, but they have a new coach? Because, you know, you can go back and look at Houston's tapes, but, you know, he's never coached these particular players. You know, Buechele, he's never had a quarterback like Buechele. What's the most difficult part of kind of scheming for them when he's never coached these guys?
Right. I mean, you go through film of, we've watched obviously a ton of Houston film and film of the, you know, their coaching staff and what they've done and where they've been at Ohio State and Houston and that. But you also got to look at the Texas film to evaluate the personnel and see what they have, because I think, you know, any good coach tweaks, adjusts what they do schematically based on the players they have, and they're a really well coached team, and they're a good staff, so they're gonna you know, have some differences.